The headline says it all. Completely rigged by Gematria. The 51 match unbeaten streak has all but ended for Bayer Leverkusen. It is Bayer that's Gematria 51, and their winning streak ends at 51 games. It was completely scripted. It ended in game number 52 against a team from Italia. Italia is Gematria 52. When we look at Italia's last UEFA Cup, their last UEFA Cup occurred when Parma won in 1999. It wasn't called the Europa League back then. It was called the UEFA Cup, which is interesting because if you knew anything about Carlo Ancelotti, he did manage the Parma team in 1999, but he did lay the foundation for Parma to win that first European trophy. So Parma were the last Italian team to win the Europa League. It is Atalanta that are the next team to win the Europa, and Ancelotti laid the foundations for that Europa title for Parma in 1999. He left in 1998, but he laid the foundation. So Atalanta, the next team to win the Coppa Italia, will face off against Ancelotti in the Super Cup. We will get to the Super Cup in a second. So this is what you need to see right there. Italia won the Europa 25 years later. Italia's Gematria 25. In Gematria, Parma won the UEFA Cup in 1999 over at the final was held at Moscow. It's weird, it doesn't show the final venue on the top, but anyway, I will show you guys in a second. Once I scroll down to the end, the final was held at Moscow, Russia. Moscow is Gematria 88 and 25. So right there, last time they won at Moscow, Italia wins 25 years later, making sense of the end of the 51 match win streak for Bayer Leverkusen. That was 3-0. This match was 3-0. Hernan Crespo scored in the 25th minute. The next Europa was 25 years later. So that is what's going on here with that. And now, so Ancelotti's the Italian manager will defeat Atalanta in the UEFA Super Cup. I must go to 2024. Warsaw. Warsaw's Gematria 85 and 22. It's Wembley that's Gematria of, the winner of the Champions League at Wembley gets to head off to Warsaw. But it's Real Madrid that's Gematria 85. Carlo Ancelotti, Gematria 49, face off against the first Italian winner of the Europa ever since Parma. Parma and Milan were both teams that Carlo Ancelotti was a manager of. And it's true that Madrid is also Gematria 49. So you better believe that they sync it up by the code of Gematria. I just need Varsavia. Hey, interesting. Varsavia, Polonia is Gematria 67. It's Stadio de Wembley. That's Gematria 67. The winner of Wembley Stadium is off to Warsaw, Poland, and the Italian Gematria. It was his 200th win as manager. It was Atalanta's first trophy 61 years later. They're going to go up against the Champions League final on 6-1. John Pierlo is Gematria 94. Real Madrid Club de Football is Gematria 94-58. Notice how Carlo Ancelotti's Gematria is a manager of Real Madrid. The Gematria of 58 that we speak about. Gasperini, Gematria of 98 and 53. Champions of the Europa. So John Pierlo will go up against Real Madrid. Lookman was the scorer. The 3 goals in the final. Champions League final at London. Scripted goal scorer of the final. Wow. I mean, wow. Ademola Lookman is Gematria 51. The winning streak ended at 51 thanks to a scripted hat trick. And, Leverkusen's Gematria 132 as well. So it's funny how scripted these games really are at the end of the day. So all it is a script. El Dia, the goddess of Atalanta, the goddess has a godly upset to end a 51-match win streak. Godly sequence, no pun intended. First L of the year against Lookman. Lose, Lookman. He played German football too at Leipzig. Sad Kolasinac played German football, I think, at Hoffenheim or somewhere. Schalke before he went to Arsenal, lost the Europa. Against Chelsea, ended up winning the Europa. So it's interesting how these things work out sometimes right here. But 25 years later, Italia won the end of Leverkusen's 51-match unbeaten run. Italia 52. Very clear. You see how the scripting is shaping up. Now in Gematria, it is Atalanta Bergamo Calcio. That is Gematria of the Whites, Blancos of Real Madrid. Atalanta is Gematria 16. Real Madrid are going to go for a 16th Champions League title next season. The final on June the 1st of 2024 is a 15-6 day, so that's Real Madrid's 6th Champions League title. For Ancelotti, okay, that'd be his 5th title. Ancelotti has 4 titles. He won 2 Champions Leagues with Milan. 2 is going to win 3 with Real Madrid. Atalanta playing in the Super Cup before the 70th Champions League, playing in the 70th Champions League next year. The 33rd edition, since it was renamed the European Cup. Juventus FC is back, but they're not winning no Champions League. Munchen is hosting the final of the 33rd Champions League next year. As far as next year, the thing that makes the most sense to me is Mbappe, number 7, winning the Champions League 7 years after he won the World Cup. So I did that video already. With the news of, let me do a separate video on Budapest being named the final for 2027.